Hi children, it's Mrs. Fussy here and welcome to our second topic lesson where we're focusing on the work of Andy Warhol. Now, I bet you can remember some really interesting facts about Andy Warhol from yesterday, and of course the PowerPoint that I'm showing you now is on our home learning page if you want to talk about it or go through it with your grown-up after we've finished. But I wonder if you can remember, Andy Warhol was a famous artist. So he was well known for his pop art, and he used to print images of famous things like food or drink or people like John Lennon, and he would print them lots of times and use lots of bright colours. Okay, let's flick through. So here we've got the soup that he printed, the Coca-Cola bottles that he printed, Elvis Presley, who was a famous singer, Marilyn Monroe, a famous actress. Okay. And then today what we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on making our own toy picture in the style of Andy Warhol. So we're going to concentrate on those two important things. One is using lots of bright colours, and the second thing is repeating the picture 4 times. Okay, so we've got the Lego man here, the Lego man's head, we've got Mickey Mouse, and on the next slide we've got a Lego man that definitely looks familiar to us. We find these in our toy box at school. So what I'm going to do, children, now is I'm just going to show you the pictures that you would have spotted at the bottom of our work plan. And yesterday I asked you to choose one of them ready to start our learning this afternoon. So I think at the bottom you'd have spotted either a Lego man, let's hope these move for me, or there's the pull along duck, which you may have liked to play with when you were a little bit younger. There's the toy car and the spinning top, which is lovely if you like to colour in a little bit more detail. Okay, and there's also, last but not least, we've got the rocking horse. And then there's one other as well, children, the teddy bear, which I'm going to come to in just a minute. But I just want to say, if you do choose the Lego man, do feel free to give him a face, because I think then he'd look much friendlier if he had a face. And of course he could be pulling any expression that you like. So do make sure you give your Lego man a face. So depending on which one you've chosen, what you need to do next is you need to choose about 5 nice bright colours. So I've chosen 5 colours out of my pencil case, and I'm using felt tips. If you haven't got felt tips, you could use pencil crayons, you could use wax crayons. All of those look lovely when you make your picture. Okay, and here is my teddy bear picture. Now I know I've already started it because I thought if I made a video just about me colouring in, then it might be a little bit boring for you. And I wanted to show you as well the things that I had to think about when I was making my Andy Warhol picture. So the toy I chose was a teddy bear, and I chose 5 lovely bright colours. I had to really count the parts of the bear. So I counted his face, I've got his nose, his paws, his body, and then of course the background, and that gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colours. So it might be different depending on which picture you choose. And then the first picture that I coloured, I didn't have to think too carefully about it. I decided I was going to give his paws all the same colour. But when I came to the second picture, I had to think a bit more carefully, because like the Lego man here on the laptop, I want each picture to stay the same, but the colours that I use to change. Okay, so if I have a look at my second bear, I'm going to just remind myself, because I did this a little bit earlier, of the colours I've already used. So I've used yellow, I've used the pale blue, I've used pink, and I've already used red, which means I've got one colour left to colour in my teddy bear's head, and it's the dark blue. So I'm just going to quickly colour that in as neatly as I can. Now, it could be, children, that you've got a really clever idea about how to make your Andy Warhol picture. So if you can print at home, if you want to draw your own toy picture, like a teddy bear or a car or a doll, and or even a different toy, and you are able to print that 4 times, then you don't have to use these, or you may want to use these as well, but you can print your own if that's how you want to do it. Maybe if you've got an art cupboard or an art drawer at home and you've got some tissue paper, you might want to use some tissue paper and make a collage, an Andy Warhol collage, and use different coloured tissue paper in a clever way that we're using the felt tips on here. Maybe you could cut out a shape and draw around it 4 times or 6 times. So you can do it your own way if you want to, and if you've got the materials. But just in case you didn't have those things, we're going to use these this year. Obviously in school we'll use these as well, but sometimes we like to do a little bit of printing as well. But obviously this year, because it's a little bit different, children, with COVID, we've had to think about making it so that you can enjoy the art at home as well. So we thought this was the best way. So there's my bear look. So he's got a lovely blue face. So the same picture, but I've used the colours in a different way. Now when I come down here, I changed the colour of my bear again. So I've got a red face, a blue face, a yellow face. So let me have a look at this bear. So I'm going to change, don't need a yellow. I've used red for his nose. I've used pink for his paws. That could be a her, couldn't it, or a him. And then I've got 2 colours left. So let me just check. I've got my background and my tummy to do. So my tummy is yellow and pink there. So it could be blue, it could be either blue, but my background here is the light blue. So I think this background had better be my dark blue to make it different. So I'm going to use my light blue for the tummy. Okay, and I'm not really doing my absolute best colouring, so I'm going a little bit quickly so you don't get fed up watching me colour. Okay. And it might be that after a little while you get a sore hand because there's quite a lot of colouring. So it might be that you decide to do 2 pictures and then come back a bit later and do the extra 2, or maybe save a little bit for tomorrow. Maybe today just do 1 absolutely beautifully, or do 1 every day until Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you can share it across the week and do a little bit every day if you want to. As you can see, I did a couple earlier and I'm doing a little bit more now. So I won't colour all of the background in, but just to show you. Just here, looks really carefully, making sure I colour around the lines. Okay, so I'd fill that in. So I'll have that ready for you to show you tomorrow. I'll finish off my picture. So let me just have a little think. If that background was all dark blue, and then have a look at this bear. I need to choose a colour just for his nose. Let me think. So I've used pink. Might even lift them up to help me. Light blue, red. So that nose could be dark blue, and it could be yellow. Could be either. Okay, so I might use a dark blue nose just here. Should be a little bit careful around there because it might cover up his mouth. Okay. And then let me have a look at paws. So on this bear I've used the dark blue, so I don't think I can use the dark blue again on this bear. I've already got dark blue paws. I haven't got yellow paws. I've used red and pink, and I haven't got light blue paws, so actually I could choose. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for light blue paws, I think. So I'm just colouring in his paw. So, I will finish my picture, children, and show you tomorrow. And if you make a start on your picture, okay, so maybe you might like to make your own, maybe you'd like to use the school pictures, maybe you'd like to do both, but whichever you choose, if it's this way or your own way or both, you know, of course, the Year 1 teachers would love to see your work, as we're enjoying seeing everybody's work coming in, as you're all working so hard at home and we're really proud of you. Okay, so children, I will see you again tomorrow and we'll carry on with our learning about Andy Warhol, and I'll share my picture with you. Okay, so have a lovely afternoon, be as creative as you want, we can't wait to see your work. Okay children, bye for now.